It's important when we're thinking about an individual's situation to take in the broader context. And here at Workforce Southwest Washington, for us, that's the local economy, the labor market that we all work, play, live in. And when we're looking at the jobs that exist, the occupations that are the most in demand in our region, 8 out of 10 of those actually do not provide a wage that allows for a family or an individual to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficiency we would define as the ability to make your ends meet, including childcare costs, housing costs, healthcare costs, transportation or gas. And when you then think about, well, what jobs exist in our region, and then how are those accessible, or how are they accessed by individuals who are working, there's a mismatch. So I think that's really important because it gives some context as to what actually exists for folks for economic opportunity in our region. The idea of looking for work just generally is daunting. It takes time, especially if you're already working a job, 1 or 2 jobs, to make ends meet. And on top of that, when you're struggling with finding safe storage or a place to take a shower and get ready, or do your laundry and get ready for an interview, there's a lot of challenges that one would face then to be able to compete, I guess, in our labor market. And so I think, the costs of looking for work that is really our most valuable cost, which is time. It's our most valuable resource. But also being able to tell your story in a way that is strength-based is tremendously more challenging than when you're struggling with all of these other barriers. When someone's unhoused, the reality of looking for another job or a job is incredibly stressful and is incredibly difficult, as it is for anyone who's even just has stable housing. It entails some needing to show up at a certain time, needing to look a certain way, and to be able to sell yourself. And when you're in a state of crisis, that's incredibly difficult to be able to do, and is really a requirement for looking for work generally. I'll also say too, a lot of folks are working already 1 or 2 jobs, and so to be able to take time off from a job and then be able to go interview at another is also incredibly difficult. Having the time and the mental capacity to be able to consider, what job do I want? What schooling do I need? A lot of the jobs that are out there that do provide a livable wage require some sort of educational attainment as well. And so then there's this idea of training that's necessary, going to your local community college or a training facility, all of which take time. And when you're considering showing up to a class or to an interview as well, having a space to be able to store your belongings, being able to, if you have an animal, find care for that animal, all of these things take time, which is a really valuable resource for everyone, especially those who have unstable housing.